I don't want him to think about it. To understand death.
A man diagnosed with a terminal illness had less than 3 months to live. Faced with the heartbreaking reality of what would happen to his 3-year-old son after he was gone, he reluctantly visited an adoption agency. As he filled out the paperwork and went to pick up his son from daycare, he found his normally well-behaved little boy throwing a tantrum. "You're late," his son complained. As a single father, he always felt he wasn't doing enough. While other children had rooms full of toys, all he felt for his own son was guilt. One day, he noticed his son trying to drink from his unfinished yogurt. Alarmed, he quickly took the bowl away and warned his son never to touch anything he had eaten. He was terrified that even the slightest contact might pass his illness to his child. The first potential adoptive family lived in a luxurious estate. The couple seemed relaxed and genuinely expressed their fondness for Mike. They promised to send him to the best schools and provide him with every material comfort. John thought they might be a good fit until the husband mentioned they had children of their own. John couldn't bear the thought of his son possibly being treated differently. The risk was too great to gamble with his son's future. While crossing a pedestrian bridge, John tentatively asked Mike, "Would you like to live with a new family?" Facing the pain of separation, little Mike, in his childlike innocence, answered without hesitation, "No."
"I like home."
The man fell silent. He wished more than anything they could stay together, but he had no choice. One day while taking his son to preschool, Mike suddenly asked why all the other kids had moms but he didn't. Looking at his son's innocent face, John could only say that his mom had gone somewhere far away, rather than telling him they had both been abandoned by her. Mike nestled against his father like a gentle kitten, quietly keeping him company. At work, a sudden headache reminded John that his time was running out. He needed to arrange his son's future quickly. The next adoptive family was a middle-class couple. Dressed neatly with kind smiles, they explained they didn't want biological children but longed to be parents. They begged John for a chance. During their conversation, Mike became interested in a stuffed rabbit on the table. The husband offered it to Mike, a small gesture that impressed John. Perhaps these people were trustworthy after all. But as they were saying goodbye, the wife secretly signaled to her husband to take back the toy. In John's eyes, their image instantly crumbled. He was shocked that these seemingly kind people could hide such selfishness and coldness. After Mike returned the rabbit, the wife sighed with relief. At that moment, John decided he would never entrust his son to such a couple. If they couldn't part with a simple toy, how could they truly care for a child? The atmosphere was tense on the way home.
"What's a dog, Daddy?"
His childish voice sounded especially clear in the quiet air. John struggled to answer. Looking at his son's sweet face, he explained that adoption happens when your dad isn't good enough, so you're sent to another family that can make you happy.
"I don't want to adopt."
Before John could respond, Mike ran off, challenging himself to walk along a straight white line on the ground. Perhaps this was the small boy's way of coping with sadness. John felt terrible, filled with guilt and self-blame.